Welcome to Just Keep Talking, Episode 1. Here are your hosts, Bondo and Benton!
How?
Zing!
Ah! Ooh! Go! Ooh! Stop!
Jesus, could we try to stop the applause when he says stop? These are free tickets, folks. You came here to participate. In our show, we didn't ask you people to be here. We could have just as easily done the show without your constant distractions. So could you please just sit quietly and enjoy our talking?
Oh! Hello, everyone. Here we are at the inaugural episode of the Just Keep Talking podcast, the only YouTube podcast with myself, Bondo, and my good friend Benza.
Hi, I'm Benson.
Well, we should probably just go ahead and get this 1952 Studebaker coupe on the asphalt.
So, how have you personally been lately, Bondo?
Well, as you know, my pig splatching business is doing very well, and I still own my own house. How have your nuts been churning lately, Benzine?
I'm afraid they haven't been that salty lately, Bondo. I probably already told you this, but after getting fired and my girlfriend leaving me, I attempted suicide last Friday, and I'm still mentally recovering.
On to current events.
You know, Bondo, if you look at the dictionary definition of krang, it'll come up dry.
Ooh, I didn't know that, Benzine. Thanks for the trimming in the stomach, bro.
But, Bondo, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when I say Ebola?
I don't know, Benzine. What?
Well, actually, there's a surprising, shocking, volatile, sordid, spectacular, dry, exuberating, disgusting statistic that may invoke you to puke on your own child.
Tell me more, Apple Core.
Well, according to a non-scientific study, of course, taken of only right-wing Southerners, those Al-Qaeda people are going to go down to South Africa, infect themselves with Ebola, travel to America with bombs, of course, and infect everyone, and then blow up all of our women and children. Fax News is already calling it the Osama-Bama double whammy.
We will definitely not negotiate with terrorists. I'm talking to you, Socialist Joe.
Of course not. To anyone that was under the impression that we did condone socialism, please go to your local supermarket, ask the cashier for change for a 10, and when she says Merry Christmas to you, you punch her right in the face!
Wow, Benzine, it's already time for our...
Hold on, Bondo. We got bees out here, and they're swarming right around my rare Hammerhead Ham historical documents.
Oh, for the love of Marie Antoinette, Benzine. What is it now?
Oops. What can I say?
Now we're going to take a look at a pre-recorded interview I did with local foosball old-timer, Mr. Orville Webster. Hello, Mr. Webster. How are you?
I'm doing very well.
Oh, that's great. To start off the interview, I'd like to ask you, to run me through a day in the life of Orville Webster.
A day in the life of Orville Webster is no easy day. I wake up in the morning and I have to take my arthritis pills 2 every hour. It's horrible. And then at the senior center, I'm constantly made fun of by the youngsters with their saggy pants and their nasty rap music.
For the second question, I'd like to ask you, how did you get started playing foosball, Mr. Webster?
Oh, it is a funny story. When I was serving in Korea, one of my larger black friends, Stevie Johnson, got me started on playing foosball. He died.
On the subject of dying, Mr. Webster, have you ever murdered a human being?
Sonny, you have no idea. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Well, as a side note, congratulations on that one achievement, Mr. Webster.
What?
Moving on. Last question. Tell me about your first relationship.
Oh man, this is gonna bring me to tears. Back in college, I met a fine little dandy. Her name was Martha. She was beautiful. She was overweight, of course. I believe she was 545 pounds. Yes, she was very heavy. I don't believe she could ever see her toes. She died soon after I met her. I murdered her, actually, because she was so fat. And that's all I want to say on that ordeal.
Well, thank you very much for doing this interview with us, Mr. Webster. I'll see you at that convention we're going to meet up at.
Yeah, whatever. Piss off.
Wow! How about that podcasting and interviewing and recollection of ancient events?
Yes, that man could be in a museum.
What would the plaque say, Benzine?
Benzine is hereby required to stay at least 200 feet away from Jenny Smith.
Ooh, you got me on that one, Benzine.
Just keep in mind, folks, I was accused, folks. Accused!
Oh, that's a good one, Benzine. I would stab you in the neck if I could.
Good gravy, Bondo. Looks like we're out of time for our first episode.
Ooh, looks like we'll see you again whenever, folks. I'm Bondo.
And that would make me Benzine.
Just keep talking, folks.
Alright.
So about that diarrhea.
Yeah, I was having like this weird diarrhea last night. It's like a fly in it. I don't know.
A fly?
Yeah, in the
How does that
diarrhea.
hap- How does that happen?
Also, like, the stool had like a lot of blood in it. Is that normal?
You definitely need to go to a doctor, too.